Shalom. How about you? Star. This is the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. What we do is teach black Hispanics and Native Indians that according to the Bible, we are the real Jews. That's what we do. We teach this from 1969. You know, we read it for me today. I got a powerful trooper Mawasar. You know, I'm in a Captain Prussia also in the class as well. Also, if you got any questions, you know, like, share. If you got any questions, type them in the classroom. We will answer them. Also, like, share, subscribe. We got classes on Monday, 7 to 9 at Lodge Road, 394 B18, Birmingham, 5PW. Also, classes on Tuesday, online, the Brotherhood class by Officer Tazar for one. You know what I mean? Straight from Manchester. Make sure you watch that as well on all I.S.U.P.K networks, man. You watch them on YouTube, Periscope, Facebook, straight from Manchester. But make sure you watch that. Also, at classes on Wednesday at 394 Lodge Road, B18, 5PW. You know what I mean? 7 to 9. Wednesday, Officer Donga Bar, which is the law class. You know what I mean? There's laws that blacks and Hispanics must keep. And we teach them laws right here, man, free of charge, man. Won't cost you a penny. Won't cost you a penny. You can learn them laws. You know, learn the laws you're supposed to be keeping. Also on Thursday, 394 Lodge Road, B18, 5PW, 79. You know what I mean? Make sure you watch that as well. Do the ones as well. And Friday as well is on the end, which is 9 to 11. 9 to 11, you have a podcast which you can watch as well. You know, it's powerful. You can call into that also, which is 079 607 46784. I'll be your number. Yeah, call into that as well. Make sure, um, make sure black, like, on Monday, 2 love to, had a question about trying to beat cigarettes. Someone like to know how you try to beat cigarettes. Let's see, give me Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 21 and 2, please. Mawasar. Also, I'm hearing my sound low. My sound better now, yeah? Let me know if my sound's better. Let me know if you hear me good.
Live and direct.
You hear me good, yeah? All right, then cool. Forget that for me, Baba Kushar.
Slakia, what you say you need again?
Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 21 and 2.
21, 2. The book of Ecclesiasticus 21, verse 2. Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent.
And that's what you got to do. You smoke cigarettes and you've kicked that habit. You know what I mean? You got to flee from it, man. Don't be hanging out with your friends that smoke also. What's going to happen? You're going to be enticed to do it again. You got to flee from it like it's a serpent, man. You know how, imagine you saw a snake. You're not going to get close upon it. You're not going to find out what type of snake. You know, black people, man. You know, you're not the crocodile hunter. You're not going to find out what type of snake it is. You're say, what kind of snake is this? You're going to run from it. You don't care what type of snake it is. You don't care if it's poisonous. You don't care if it bites or not. From that snake is not in a cage, you are going to run. And that's how you should run from cigarettes as well, man. That's how you should run from all addictions, drug addiction, cigarette, alcoholism. If you have that issue, run from it, man. Don't go, oh, what's this? Well, maybe I could chill with my friend that smokes cigarettes and yeah, the smoke won't bother me. Maybe I'll go to a bar and I'll be okay. Move from it, man. Until you can control yourself. Stay away from them bars, man. Stay away from the smoking section, man. Stay away from this. If you, some people got different triggers. Some people got different triggers, man. Some people they go to the cigarette section in the shop and just seeing the cigarettes over the bossman's shoulder brings back memories, man. At the bus stop, to seeing someone pull a fag and go, yo, I want a pull of that, man. And you got to go to war with yourself, man. To cast out a demon don't mean to pray. Cast means, you look at the word cast in the dictionary. it means to be aggressive, man. Like you cast a stone through a window, you throw it through a window aggressively, and that's how you gotta be with your demons, man. You gotta be extreme with it, man. You know that smoke that people want you to that Satan wants to pull you into smoke again. You gotta be extreme. How extreme? Very extreme, man. That means guess what? You can't go to them parties, man. I know you want to go to them parties, but you can't go. Why? Because you got a demon to be. That's how extreme you gotta be. You gotta be so extreme. You gotta be on a boss and smell a man smoking on the boss and say, you know what? I'm getting the next one. That's how extreme you gotta be, man. You gotta be so extreme like you wrap a towel around your face, block your face, man. That's how extreme you gotta be. You gotta flee from sin like a serpent, man. If you saw a serpent on the boss, you're not gonna say, oh yeah, but I got no boss fair for the next one. You're getting off that boss. Why? You want to save your life. If you want to save your life from getting lung cancer, you want to save your life from the Lord killing you, you got to do the exact same thing, man. And that's the best advice I can give you. I would love to tell you that there's a pill you can take. I'd love to tell you that there's a potion you can take. I'd love to tell you that there's some magic words you can say, some abracadabra words, but it just don't work like that, man. There's just one way to stop sinning, and that's just by not doing it, man. Don't get me wrong, some tactics man can give you. You know what I mean? Like if you eat pork, you can have turkey bacon instead. Or if you wanna relax your nerves, you can have drink instead of weed. The different tactics, but overall, you gotta just do it, man. And that's the first one. Flee from sin like it's a serpent, man. When you see a cigarette, don't look at it as a cigarette, man. Look at it as a serpent, man. Look at it as this cigarette wants to take away your seat on them chariots, man. The cigarette wants you dead, man. The cigarette wants the Lord to turn his back on you, man. And I can't have that. That's what you gotta look at it, man. Look at it. I want to make the kingdom, and the cigarette don't want me to make the kingdom. I want to make the kingdom, and this weed don't want me to make the kingdom. So guess what, lads? You go out there without me, man. I'll be in the house. You know what I mean? Or you know what? Or if you're strong enough, you might can go with them. And when they go outside, well, I'll meet you back inside, man. And one day you'll be so strong enough, you could go out there, you know what I mean? And you'll see people smoking weed and it wouldn't even bother you, man. But if you don't get to that level, then just leave them alone. Don't be around them. Don't play with sin. Don't play with it. But I'll go around there, but I won't touch it. What will happen? You end up touching it, man. Yeah, I'll be around the weed and stuff, but I'm not gonna smoke the weed. You are going to fall, man. You're gonna do it, man. So the Bible goes, flee from sin like a serpent. Why? It will bite, man. Keep it in.
Okay. For if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee.
And it will bite. It will bite, man. You know, you're talking about, yeah, this man got a wife. You know what I mean? They're not getting on. But I'll just be around there. I'll just be around the house. I want sex with her. I'll just chill around the house, man. And nothing will happen. You will have sex with that woman, man. It will happen. You're talking about, yeah, I'm gonna go to that session. You know what I mean? My friends in the world having a session and enough weed there, man, enough cigarettes and enough drugs, man. I'm going there for the music, man. Me and go way back. It's a look a housewarming, so I'm just gonna pass through, man. It's gonna happen, man. The Bible says it will bite you. You will be enticed, man. Why put yourself in that position? To be teased? Why? When you could just not go. I know it hurts. I know it hurts, man. But listen, this is about your life. I know you want to have fun. I know you want to play the good music and shake a leg. But if you ain't strong, just don't go, man. Just don't go. If you ain't strong enough yet to go to them clubs and smell the weed smoke, just don't go. And that way you'll save your life, man. Keep it in.
Okay. The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the soul of a man.
There you go. And the teeth of sin is like the teeth of a lion. You know, a lion slays a man, and sin does the exact same thing. The teeth of sin is sharp like a lion, man. It's powerful, man. It will kill you. Just like how a lion will kill you also. You think you got it, man. No, I got this, man. I got this. Playing with it, you end up dead, man. It will slay you. Before you know it, now you're back smoking. So, one moment. Let's ask her what she says. Slack, yeah. Yeah, if you could read that again, Baba Kushar.
Okay. The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the soul of a man.
And the teeth thereof is like the teeth of a lion, man. You all seen National Geographic. Some of these, some of these lions kill an antelope with one bite, man. One bite to the jugular and it's a wrap. Tearing open flesh with just their teeth alone, man. You know what I mean? Tearing open flesh, like not even cooked flesh. That's how strong it is, and that's how strong sin is. Imagine a big lion with strong jaws, man, that can kill you with one bite. That's what sin is. And if we looked at sin like that, then we'll stay far away. We wouldn't be like, yeah, let me go to your party, smoking, but hey, let me just road through, you know what I mean? I'll see if I don't smoke, I'll see how I get on. You'd be scared, like, oh, hell no, I ain't going around there. Oh, hell no, man. That weed you smoking, like, I might as well be around a serpent. I might as well be around a lion. Oh, damn that. Nah, it's okay. You go. But we don't look at sin like a serpent or a lion. So we'll be like, oh, I'll go around there. I'll see. But if you look at it for what it is, something trying to take your life, you would never go around there, man. You would never go around. Like a lot of you women won't go around a child molester's house. A lot of women would never take their kids to Michael Jackson's yard. Why? Because you know what Michael Jackson's about, man. You're like, oh, hell no. I ain't going around there. And likewise with sin, you should be like, oh, hell no, I ain't going around there. So that can pull me back in. Oh, damn that. Just like how you would not go to Michael Jackson's house, just like you would not send your daughter to R. Kelly's house. Likewise, you shouldn't play with sin, man. She'd be like, I might be okay. Just like how you wouldn't go, yeah, R. Kelly, go take my daughter shopping. Yeah, she might be okay. You'd be like, I don't care. You'd be like, what? I'm not taking that risk. But likewise with sin, you say, damn, I ain't taking that risk, man. There's gonna be cocaine there. Nah, I'm chilling at home, man. But what you like to get drunk and fight. You be like, yo, listen, they're gonna be drink there. Nah, I'll pass. No, I'll try drink my limit and I'll see what I go on there, man. Free from sin like the serpent, man. Look at sin for what it is. It's a snake, something that wants to kill you, man. The alcohol that you're struggling with wants to kill you. That weed you're struggling with wants to kill you. Wants you in jail. He wants a fight to break out in the club and you go to jail, man. He wants you to go back smoking again, man, so you can get lung cancer. He wants you back on that weed again, man, so you can get lung cancer. He wants you to, all types of things, man. So just leave it alone, man. Any more on that?
Yeah, verse 3. All iniquity is as two-edged sword. The
And
wound
all,
thereof cannot be healed.
there you go, man. The Bible calls sin what? A serpent, calls sin a lion, and then calls sin a two-edged sword, man. What's a two-edged sword for? For killing people, man. A sword has one purpose. That's to kill. Because sin is like a sword, man. So stay away from it. And the Bible calls it a two-edged sword also. You know what a two-edged sword is? Like a machete is a one-edged sword. Yeah. If I chop you with the blunt side, nothing will happen to you. You just get hurt. You just get a cocoa on your head. But if I chop you with the sharp side, you get chopped in your forehead, man. You know what I mean? You die. And imagine a sword where both sides are sharp. I could chop you with either side. Meaning there's no safety to that sword. There's no maybe I'll get cut and I'll live. And that's what it is when you go to a smoking place thinking that you'll be okay. You're not gonna be okay. There's no safety to the sword. There's no way you can hit with the sword and you'll be okay. Because it's sharp on both sides. What's a two-edged sword?
A gladiator,
like a samurai sword's one edge, yeah?
one of
Machete's one edge. And what's some swords? Who's the two-edged sword? Who the movie the two-edged sword? Like you see the movie Merlin. Merlin got two-edged sword.
Yeah, Merlin, like the Vikings. And
Them Vikings have two-edged swords, isn't it? What's that, brother? The Highlander had two-edged swords as well.
The Scottish,
Yeah, them Scots, some Highlander. Remember Highlander back in the day? You might have probably too young for Highlander, man. There's an old school show called Highlander, man. He had a two-edged sword. I mean, no matter how he chops you, left or right, you're gonna get caught, man. And that's when you don't avoid sin. You think I'm good, man. You're gonna get it, man. I went there, struggling with cigarettes, and it's all fine. Nah, man. Until you're strong enough, leave it alone, man. So that's all I can say. Give me a Luke 4. Luke 4 and 13. And listen, there's many people out there that used to smoke weed. Many. And in the I.S.U.P.K. now. Guess what? They don't struggle with that no more. Am I lying? Some of them say, I can't believe I smoke weed. It stinks, man. And that's fine. Them people, them brothers and sisters right there, they are strong enough to go to a club, or they're strong enough to be at the bus stop and smell it. They're like, ugh. And there's some brothers that ain't strong enough yet. Or some brothers that will never be. And them brothers know what they got to do, man. Some brothers are over it, they kicked it. It was a habit they used to do. Oh, you know, there's people in the world that used to smoke and not smoke no more. Not in the truth. And they're fine. Like, I kicked that, man. And there's some people that can't kick it. Do you know alcoholics? There's some alcoholics that don't drink no more. And there's some alcoholics that cannot drink, not even a little bit. They call it relapse. They will relapse. Phil Mitchell's one of them. So like, if Phil Mitchell was a real character, if he was real, if anyone that's an East End fan knows Phil Mitchell is an alcoholic that cannot drink alcohol, not a touch, not a drop of alcohol, man. He will relapse. And that's the demon he got to carry. And a man like that should not be, I don't know why his mom owns the Queen Vic. So lucky, you know. Phil Mitchell should be nowhere near the Queen Vic, man. He shouldn't even deal with the books. He shouldn't even deal with the finances. Phil Mitchell should only be in the Archers. Should stay in the Archers, man. So lucky, and leave the Queen Vic alone, man. And that's some of us. That is not to be ashamed of. Some brothers just can't be around no more because it brings back memories. And it used to feel so nice and it brings back all these nice memories. And we shouldn't be around it, man. And there's some brothers kicked it over it. The thing of the past, boom, that's done. You know what I mean? But everyone's different. And you know what I mean? Just keep kicking it, man. Just keep staying away from it, man. That's what you got to do. What did I call for, Mausa, Sakya?
Luke 4 verse 13.
Wow.
Luke 4 verse 13. And when the devil had ended all the temptation, he departed from him for a season.
All right, so we can get some context. This is Christ. Christ was being what? Tempted by the devil, man. Being tempted by the devil, Satan, getting in his mind. Just how he gets into all of our minds, man. Get into our minds saying, do this, man. Do that. Look at him smoking weed, man. This shit, come on, man. Remember how it used to feel? Go get some of that, man. Remember how it used to feel to drink yourself pissy drunk and fight? Remember how it used to feel to drink and fight on World Star? Remember how it used to feel to, you know, pop mollies or whatever the case may be, man? Go get some of that, man. And Christ, he overcame Satan, man. He overcame Satan. How did he overcome Satan? With the scriptures, man. Christ referred back to the Bible to beat Satan. Christ like, no, it's written in the Bible. You should not serve no other gods, man. It's written in the Bible, don't tempt God, man. And that's how we beat Satan the same way. When Satan comes to us like, no. The Lord says, I suffer not which to live, man. Nah. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. Because it's wrong, it's a sin according to the Bible. And that's how we defeat Satan the same way, man. And this is what the Bible says. Read that again, verse 4 and 13.
So like here.
Right.
Luke 4 verse 13. And when the devil had ended all the temptation, he departed from him for a season.
And the devil, what is it? The devil departed from Christ for a season? See there, for a season? What does that mean, Mother Saw, for a season?
Yeah, I just mean for a time.
There you go. You will come back. Don't think because you kicked weed 2 years ago, it's gone. You will come back, man. For a season in the time, like what? You got spring season. And spring season comes when? Every year, man. It was spring season, and then guess what? Spring season will change summer season, meaning what? Spring's gone. But spring will be back. And you keep that weed habit, you keep that coke habit, it's gone for now. And guess what? That habit will come back, man. He went for a season. We're not gonna say, yeah, you kicked it once, that's it. You're gonna have to keep fighting, man. And yeah, praying is a part of resisting. You know, the Bible says, you know what I mean, pray, always praying. You know what a prayer is? Does anyone know what a prayer is?
So it could be a request.
There you go. It's a request to the Lord, man. And when you want a request done to the Lord, you want the Lord to hear you. You got to do whatever you can so he can hear you. That's when the UPK, we scream at the top of our lungs. King David fasted. You want the Lord to hear you. If you've done something wrong to the Lord, or you want to kick a habit, you want the Lord to get your attention, you do whatever it takes so he will hear your request. You know what I mean? If you want to shout, you want to fast, anything, man, to get the Lord's attention. You want to put on sackcloth to show the Lord that you're serious. That's what our forefathers did. You know what I mean? The Bible does say to fast, man, to pray as well. You know what I mean? Let me get that one. Oh, there's no sin coming to mind. 1 second. In the book of James. Yeah, I think it's like, no, 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. How about 10 and 12?
1 Corinthians 10, 12.
Like, I both at the same time, can't we? It's getting cold, isn't it? Yeah, First Corinthians about 10 and 12.
1 Corinthians 10, verse 12. Wherefore, let him that thinketh he standeth to take heed, let his fall.
So the Lord said, what? Take heed lest you fall. Take heed means to pay attention, man. You gotta pay attention so you don't fall. You can't be a man who smoke weed, not pay attention. Just what? You got a party going on. Yeah, I'll be there. Pay attention, man. So hold on. Stop, man.
That's right.
Who's gonna be there? What type of company gonna be there? Because you will fall, man. Don't be saying, that's what, man, you should, you have a drink up. Knowing that rum is not your drink, man. Knowing that you love to drink rum and fight, man. Pay attention. Look around, because you don't. What will happen? You will fall, man. You will go there, drink, fight, end up in prison. You know what I mean? Drink, drive, crash the car, kill someone. You know what I mean? Pay attention lest you fall, man. Take heed of what you're doing. Know your weaknesses. Stay awake, man. Don't be, oh, yeah. I didn't know that would happen. Ask questions, man. Who's going to be there? What's going to happen down there? What's the company like, man? Because if you don't pay attention, you don't take heed, you will fall, man. Keep reading.
Salakia, verse 13. There are no temptation taken you, but such as in common to man.
And the Bible goes, there's no temptation has taken you that is common to man. Why is that deep? Because everyone thinks, well, what I'm going through is different, man. You won't understand this. See, I was gonna ask for advice, but you wouldn't understand, man. The Bible goes, there's no sin that is uncommon to man. Imagine the truth been out since 1969, and you mean tell me in 2022 you're gonna hit the general with some new sin? They make them go, raw, wait, that was this one before. Drugs and crack and whores and cocaine and homosexuality and tattoos, and you can't surprise us. There's nothing new that will make us go, raw, I doubt that one. Weed, ooh, damn, I don't know, you know. There's none that's been uncommon. But Satan will make you feel that. Satan will get you in mind and go, listen, don't, man. Don't bother tell you can't read it, man. Because you can't do this. This is new, man. This is some new stuff walking out. You gotta do this by yourself. Because he'll think you're crazy. He'll laugh at you like, you're crazy, man. Who deals with that kind of problem? What kind of person are you, man? And guess what? You can't read the gut answers. You know why you got? You know why you can't read the? Do you know why you can't read the gut answers? Do anyone know? Because you dealt with it before. It's coming to man. You know what I mean? And man before you had the same problem. You're dealing with, you got a weed problem. I can't do the weed, and you know what do I do, man? Because I go to the bus stop and the smell smells good, man. You can't really tell you what to do. You know why? Because you dealt with it before, man. It's not common to man. Black people smoke weed like crazy. You're not the first black man to smoke weed. You're not the first black man to kick it and it come back. You're not the first black man to drink and want to fight. You're not the first black man to have a problem with your woman. Not the first one. Not the first black man to, you know. What's a common thing that everyone goes through? You know, porn and whores, and it's common, man. Listen, the world is full of men that love whores. It's full of men. Men love skin and women and everything. And it's something we all deal with, man. Something men always deal with. Guess what? Something you'll always keep fighting with, man. You see a woman in short skirt, you know, whoa, who's that, man? It's nothing new. It's nothing new. Sex house, the world knows that. That's why video girls are not dressed appropriately. They're dressed that way for a reason. You know what I mean? Your woman giving you a headache or whatever the case may be, it's coming to man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, it's coming to man. So speak to you can't lead him, man. Let him know. Keep it in.
Shalakia. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
So the Lord said, He won't let you be tempted above what you're able. Meaning what? If you was tempted to smoke cigarettes and you smoke cigarettes, that means you didn't have to smoke cigarettes. You didn't have to. God won't tempt you above what you're able. Meaning, if you fell into that sin, you could have beat it, man. I know it felt like, couldn't, man, it was too strong, couldn't. It wasn't too strong. You said I couldn't control myself. God said right here you could have. You said I couldn't beat it. It was too strong. God said otherwise. God said you could have, but you chose not to. You said it was too strong. God said it wasn't. Right here in the Bible, God said it wasn't too strong. You was too weak. If you got drunk and pissed the bed and everything, I just couldn't, man. I'm gonna have a good time and one drink turned to two and two turned to three. I had one too many. God said no, man. God said you could have said, yeah, guys, my last one, no more. I'm good. Yeah, you too, my last one. I had mine. God said you could have. There wasn't no. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what happened. God said you could have did it, but you was too weak. The sin wasn't too strong. You was too weak, man. You had it. God said there was an exit. There's an exit for you. There's an exit for you to leave. Exit for you to say my last one, or exit for you to even say no. You go to a girl's yard and you tell I'm gonna just chill right here, man. She got a man. I'm gonna just chill. I ain't gonna do nothing. And she puts it on you, and you fall in. You fall for it. Well, so with the claim in the world, you fall. The Lord said you didn't fall for her, man. You weren't strong enough. That's what it's saying here, man. Any more on that?
Yeah. But will with the temptation also make a way to escape that he may be able to bear it?
And the Lord said He made it escape, man, for you to deal with it. But you just fell for it, man. So I can say, yeah, sure, man. It's my care. So Captain Prussia wants to say a little something. So I can say,
And what the Bible saying is heavy because there's always a way to escape. Even a call. You know what I mean? Really, that call you get when you're gonna do something wrong, that's of the Lord. You're meant to answer that call and go, oh what need me over here. You know what? I'm gonna go and do that. There's always a way for you to escape. The real thing is, do you want to escape? That's what it comes down to.
it's mad because what you say is true. That a lot of your feelings, if you give it 5 minutes, your emotion will change. Like you will feel sad for 1 minute. I want to do something stupid, and if you just divert your attention for a minute, like demon disappears, and you can't believe you about to do that. You can't believe it. Like you could want to go smoke, and then just divert your attention for a minute, and go to your slavery or do something, and you be like, I can't believe I was thinking about smoking a minute ago. Like I can't believe that even passed my mind. So there is a way. There is a way to escape it, man. You know what I mean? But again, man, being in the truth is like going to the gym, man. You know what I mean? When you go to the gym, you don't start off built, man. You know what I mean? You start off skinny, and then later on you start to get big, you start to get built. And also being in the truth is something that you gotta do by yourself, man. What I mean by yourself, I don't mean there's no brothers to help you. I mean what I mean by yourself is no one can do it for you. It's like going to the gym. I can't lift his weights for you, man. I can lift it for you, but I'm gonna get big. You're gonna stay skinny, man. You pigeon chest. You get me? Something you have to do. It's like going to the gym. You start off with tens, man, and one day you kill them tens, and then tens become soft, become light. And you move to the 20s, man. And the 20s become light, you move to the 30s, man. And then you're big, you're strong. What you used to worry about was nothing. And now what do big people do in the gym, which I can't stand, man? They're always telling smaller people what to do in the gym. Nah, what you want to do is kill it like this, man. And get your form and your back straight. And that will be you, in the truth. Telling young men how to get their form straight. Telling young men how to kick their cigarette habit. Telling young men how to kick their whole habit. That will be you. You know what people in the gym, which I can't stand. So, read on.
Salakia, verse 14. Wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry.
And the Bible goes, flee from idolatry, man. Idolatry is what? Worshipping idols, man. The Lord goes, flee from idolatry. Idolatry is worshipping idols, man. Being in the Christian church, idolatry. Islam is idolatry. Lord says, flee from all that, man. Any more?
No, this one 15 is going to speak as counseling wise men.
All right, no, so let's got one more real quick. Let's move on. Do, 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 do. I feel pretty much it, you know. Give me a Matthew 6 and Matthew 6 about 9.
Matthew 6, verse 5.
Yeah, Matthew about 6 and about 7, so like, yeah.
Matthew 6, verse 7. Okay. The book of Matthew 6, verse 7. But when ye pray, use not vain repetition, as the heathens do.
So the Lord say when you pray, don't. So again, praying is a key thing, man. Yeah, ask the Lord to help you, man. Ask the Lord to guide you as well, man. So you become strong, you gotta pray, man. You know what I mean? Christ is telling us how to pray. So when you pray, don't use vain repetition like the heathen do. Vain repetition will be what chanting, like what the Buddhists do, man. It's chanting like what the Muslims do. That's vain repetition. Repetition is when you repeat something or say something over and over again. That's what they call chanting. Like what the Rasta man do, man. Rasta man be beating the bongo drum and just chanting, chanting. They even tell you, yeah, man, we're gonna chant down Babylon. What if the Bible calls it vain? Imagine this man was saying, yeah, Babylon's strong, man. And there's only one way to beat Babylon, man. That's to what? Separate from it, man. That's to not celebrate Christmas, man. You know, not chant it down. That's using vain repetition. And the Bible calls it vain because guess what? Rasta man be beating them drums and chanting down Babylon, and Babylon's still here, man. Babylon's still here and strong and still oppressing black people. The same Rastas are part of Babylon, man. What they're doing to kill Babylon is vain repetition, worthless repetition, man. Keep it in.
Slaki. Karawakan. For they think that they shall be heard for
Yeah.
their much speaking.
And the Rastamen think that they're going to be heard by their much speaking. They think, well, if you say it long enough, if you say it loud enough, if you even bang some drums to it as well, man, then maybe Babylon will come down. Listen, it's ridiculous, man. Like what I said, man. In this thing, in this truth, it's all about your actions. We get the kingdom of heaven. Why? Because of our actions, man. We get the kingdom of heaven by going out there and teaching black people and getting black people to start celebrating Christmas, man. Not by banging drums, not by chanting. They think they'll be heard by their vain repetitions, man. It's not going to happen. You know?
Slaki. Be not ye therefore like unto them,
And
for
the Lord,
your Father knoweth.
the Lord said, don't be like the heathen, man. Don't be like them. Don't be like them Rastas, man. Copying the Africans. Don't be like the Buddhists, the Chinese. Don't be like them, man. Keep it in.
For your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before you ask.
Our Father knows what we need, man. They're chanting like God there. God knows what you need, man. They're chanting and chanting like, well, maybe God don't hear it this time. I keep chanting it so God will get it right, man. Nah, man. God knows what we need, man. Keep it in.
After this manner, therefore, pray ye, O Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
There you go. So Christ said, after this man, I may like this. This is how I want you to pray. So, oh Father which is in heaven, man. Hallowed, holy is your name. Keep it in.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Keep it in.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors.
Keep it in.
And lead us not into temptation, but
There you
deliver
go, man.
us from evil.
There you go, man. When you pray that the Lord delivers you from the temptations you have, man. To lead you not into temptation, man. You know what I mean? Pray for that strength, man, that you need. That's Christ said that we should pray like that, man. So yeah, you know what I mean? You gotta pray as well, man. Pray and ask the Most High for that strength, man. At the same time, you strong also, man. Don't be like the Christians. Christians pray and leave it, and leave it to God, man. God wants to see that you want to try as well, man. He wants to see you try, man. Then He have mercy on you, man. The Lord will see. Listen, all of us won't get the kingdom. Why? Because of the sins that we done. But when the Lord sees you trying and being righteous and going out there doing camps and see your sisters cooking and helping do what you're gonna do, the Lord will have mercy on us, man. All of us get this free mercy, man. For our trying and being perfect, man. That's what we gotta do. But so like any questions about stuff before we move on?
At the moment, the scripture is clear cut, just that stay away from sin.
Okay, do I mean any questions regarding yourself? Any questions you want to bring out or
Oh,
anything?
just
Okay.
one I was trying to come up with, think about. You see, when is it in the book of Psalms? When he say he caused the children of man to their destruction and call them back.
If you can find it for me, I'll read it. Children of man to destruction.
The children of man to destruction and call them back. Mm.
Is it Psalms 90 and 3?
Possible.
Read that and let me know if that's the one.
Psalm 90. Yes, thou turnest man to destruction and say, return ye children of man.
All right, start from verse 1. If I'm not sure how to break it down, I'll break it down on Thursday. I'll get Captain Crash to read it, but I'll see if
Psalm 90, verse 1. A prayer of Moses, the man of God. Lord, thou art been our dwelling place in all generation. Before the mountains were brought forth, for or ever thou hadst formed the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting thou art God. Thou art turn men to destruction and says, return ye children of man.
okay. So the Lord, Moses here talking about the Lord, and he said, "Now you run everything." Even though sometimes the Lord in the Bible, the Lord will kill us, and then the Lord will have compassion on us, and then save us again. The Lord will put us in the hand of the Egyptians because of our disobedience, then save us from the same Egyptians. If you read the book of Judges, the Lord will put us in the hand of the Philistines, and the Lord will still cry to him, and the Lord will say, you know what, they've had enough, and then save us from them same Philistines. The Lord will put us in the hand of the Canaanites, and then feel bad for us, and say, you know it's enough, and save us from them same Canaanites. So you read verse 3 again.
Okay. Thou turnest man to destruction and
The
says,
Lord, so the Lord will turn us into destruction. So you know you're not listening, go into destruction, man. Go into slavery since you want to be a homosexual, man. Since you want to be a sexual deviant, man. Since you want to celebrate Allah, man. Go into the streets of Aston and Gloucester and Newtown and work minimum wage and be beggars and work 3 jobs just to make ends meet, man. That's the Lord turning us into destruction. Keep it in.
okay, and says, return ye children of men.
And then the Lord will say, you know what, turn back unto me, man. Like all fathers beat their children, send them to their room, and then what happens after that? The time when that kid has to come back. Man. The time when you go, you know what, have you learned your lesson? All right, come get your food, man. Downstairs, waiting for you. You know what? No one was there. Like white people, literally white people actually send their kids to bed with no food.
No, sir.
That's child abuse, man. Yeah, like our parents used to beat us to at least give us food, man. Remember outside and beat us to go anyway. Eat your food, man. How you send a kid to bed with no food, man? That's food ain't a privilege. It's some shit that you need. It's some stuff that you need to live to survive. How you can take away food, man? Take away the PlayStation or something, man. But like by the laws like our parents, man, beat us and then say, you know what, you dinner's downstairs, man. You know what I mean? I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So if you could, we're gonna get into the rules of war. So as you know, with Ukraine and Russia, a lot of people don't know this, but there's actually rules to war. People think, and the rules to war actually come from the Bible. People think that when one country is in war with another country, you can blow up whatever you want to do. You can blow up whoever you want to blow up. You can blow up regular cities and regular houses and buildings. There's rules to war, man. And what's the rules to war? The rules to war is what? You must declare war first. You can't just bomb a country for no reason. That is an act of terrorism. And the UN can come for you, man. Another rule of war is what? You can't bomb civilians. Now, guess what? If a civilian, if 2 or 3 civilians get caught in it, that's accepted. But you can't just go and bomb the Boring Shopping Center, man. You can't go and bomb what Westfield Shopping Center, man. That is an act of terrorism. You can't do that. You gotta kill people that signed up to die. So what? You gotta shoot down army bases, oil plants. You know what I mean? Radioactive plants. Them people signed up to die. They know what they are soldiers. And even if a soldier is unarmed, you can't kill him. If you capture a soldier, you can't kill him. Anyone seen that movie, The Great Escape? It's a movie about what some British soldiers in a German prison, and they're in a German prison. They're not hung by their necks. They ain't shot death. They ain't shot to death. They are in a prison. And if you break them rules, those are acts of terrorism. And guess what? These rules come from the Bible. In the Bible, we had war with many people, and there was rules to having war with people, man. So you see the white man and you think, oh, he's so great. Look at the great rules that he has, man. He got it from us. In today, you got some people evacuees, but you gotta give a time period for anyone who's innocent to get out, and that's usually women, children, and elderly. All them people that was fleeing in Ukraine, and they wouldn't let black people on the train with women and children, real evacuees, I'd say real evacuees, because for too long, refugees ain't the refugees, man. So luck, yeah. Excuse my French. A lot of refugees you see now, there's some bitch made men that don't want to work, man. They want a free ride to come to England. Big, grown, tough Somalian men come to England talking about refugee, man. Big, tough. Who else refugee? Romanians. What happened in Ukraine was real refugees. The refugees were all women and they were all children. All the refugees. And that's what one of the rules is what? You must allow time for them to leave, which Putin did. Allowed enough time for them to leave. That those are in the rules of war, and those same rules are in the Bible. Give me Deuteronomy 20 and 10.
Shalakia. The book of Deuteronomy 20, verse 10. When thou comest nigh unto the city to fight.
So the Lord says, when you come near to a city to fight, so listen, nations been fighting for years, nothing new, man. And why did nations fight, man? We put a race for a reason. A race, there can only be one winner, and only one race is superior, man. You know, you got a nice land, and we want it, man. And there's only one way to settle it. Like, how did Man U and Arsenal settle, who's a better team, man? The only one UEFA Cup, man. Only one of them can get it. And what do they do? They have a match for it, man. They play for it. But guess what? The same way we land, same way with oil. Some countries got oil that you want. Some countries got land that you want. Sometimes countries have disputes. Some countries claim that this land belongs to them, and some say no, it belongs to us. Some say no, before your people settle here, our people's here first. And there's one way to settle it, man, and that's to go to war with them. Why do you think Russia's fighting Ukraine right now? Ukraine used to be Russia. It never used to be Russia and Ukraine. It used to be all Russia, man. And Russia saying, listen, I want it back. And Ukraine saying, well, listen, time changed now, man. Change and we broke up now. And there's one way to dispute it, man. Like men, the old fashioned, we should fight. And likewise in the Bible, if two nations had a dispute, this nation said, listen, our land runs from here to here. You go, nah, we settled here in the 1900s, yeah, but we have to give it to our people, man. We just occupy it. And guess what? They're going to fight it, man. And the Lord said, when you go to fight this nation, read.
Shalakia. Fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it.
When the Lord said, you fight against a nation, well, say you go to a nation to fight against it, and you proclaim peace unto it, man. You say, you know what? It's no sweat. You know what I mean? We come to fight against you, but do you want to bow out? We can do this, we can fight, but before we fight, I'm going to proclaim peace, meaning you can just forfeit, and that's to what? We're not gonna kill you. We're not gonna, do what the white man did to Native American Indians. The white man came to America, proclaimed peace on the Native American Indians and killed all of them, man. When they turned their back and killed all of them, that's in history. He ain't in one of Parashah's books that he got in the vote, man. In regular history. Killed them, man. And guess what? Our God is more merciful than the oppressor. Everyone's sad. Everyone cries about the I.S.U.P.K. You I.S.U.P.K. are racist, this, that. Listen, we're more merciful than the man that you love. We don't accept the white man, and we're wrong for it. Remember the same white man that we don't accept. He proclaimed peace to the Native American Indians and killed them all, man. Our laws are more merciful than his. How you angry with us and not angry with him? Keep it in.
And it shall be, if it make thee answer of peace, and open unto thee, then it shall be that the people that is found therein shall be tribute unto thee,
There
and
you go,
they
man.
shall serve thee.
So first you say to listen, we can do this, but I'm giving you time to bow out. Like what Putin did. Putin, listen, I'll go to war with you, I'll go to war with you, but first, listen, can Ukraine be Russia again? And then, what's it, Zelensky? Yeah. Then said, nah. So people are cool. You know what I mean? We're going to war. Now, had Zelensky said, okay, cool, and guess what? Everything will be fine. And in the Bible, we have that same law, man. We give you a time, what's it called? Comply. Give you a time to comply, man. And if you comply, what will happen? You will be tributary unto us, man. You'll pay us tax, man. You'll pay tax. Why do you think? Why do you think America broke up with England? Because England founded America, and America had to pay tax to England. That's just normal. I mean, we could have killed you. We go, you know what? Forget it. You know what I mean? You win. We'll pay taxes to you. That's what I mean by being tributaries. Tribute comes from the word contribute, and you give money to us, like what America was to England until the Civil War, man. America was tributaries to England until one day America said, you know what? Damn this. I'm tired of paying all this big money to England, man. You want to go? They want to be independent. America was tributaries. Why? Because England found it, man. Jamaica also was tributaries to England. Barbados was tributaries to England until they got their independence. And likewise, all those people say the Bible is a book of. What do people say about them? You got people that hate the Bible. The Bible's a barbaric book. If you give it a read, the things you find the Bible is barbaric. But listen, your history is way more barbaric, man. We have laws that if you comply, we'll leave you alone and you just pay us tax. I mean, you live in that land, which really ours. Like a landlord owns the house, you just live there. You pay him rent, live there. That's what it'll be. We our land. We run things, man. But we're so nice, we let you live there, man. And you pay us tax on time every month, and we'll leave you alone. You don't know what's there. We'll leave you alone, man. That was in the Bible. We give you time to comply, man. If anyone knows about World War II, the president of America at the time was called President Truman, man. And Truman gave Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, man. And Truman gave Japan time to comply. Gave them time to comply and give up, man. And when they didn't comply, dropped the nuclear on them, man. I'm reading it right here in the Bible. These are the rules of war, man. You can't go out there killing people. It's wrong. There's rules to war, man. And the rules are right here in the Bible, long before the UN, long before the EU, long before NATO, man. Keep it in.
Okay. And if it will make no peace with thee, but will make war against thee, then
It's what?
thou
It's
be
like,
saved.
it's like, so in this country goes, nah, damn, that, I ain't paying nothing to you, man. Like what Zelensky said. Zelensky could have said about Putin, you're right, man. You know, man, I see what you're working with over there. You got that. Well, I think Putin got a missile called Satan. You got the missile called Satan. You say, I see Satan over there, man. All right, cool, man. You know, we just pay tax, man. Let's be Russia again, man. Let's be the Soviet Union again. You know what I mean? Then Putin would have said, okay, cool. They don't need to fight. But Zelensky goes, nah, damn that, man. Bring the Satan. You know what I mean? We're not being no tributaries. And this is what Putin did. He goes, okay, cool. You want me to settle this? I'll give you time. I'll give you a chance. But he didn't want to comply. And likewise, this is how we got down in the Bible. We ain't no animals, man. We don't run up in people's towns and killing them and butchering them like what the oppressor did to the Native American Indians, the tribe of Gad, man. We didn't go to South Africa like what the white man did and kill millions of South Africans, man. We didn't go to the Fiji Islands and kill all the Hawaiians with syphilis, man. That's not how we get down. We don't go to the shores of new countries and massacre them and round them all up and sell them. That's how we get down, man. It's if you got land that the Lord promised to us, we would declare war. We would let you know, man. Listen, just how Putin let Zelensky know. Listen, I want it how it was back in the day. Even Hitler that everyone talks so bad about, man. Hitler declared war, man. Everyone talks about how evil Hitler is, man. But Hitler's evil, and the British is evil also, man.
That's right.
The British went to Jamaica, man, and made black people work for free. Hitler at least declared war on Germany, man. He at least declared war on England, man. He at least declared war on France. Look it up. Hitler declared war on them. I mean, he gave them time to get ready. He let them know what his beef was, man. Hitler wasn't angry without a cause, but the oppressor made black people work for free for nothing because he believed that his race was superior and he wanted to make money. Rape black women and kill black men because he wanted to. And that's not how you deal with war, man. War is righteous fighting, man. It's not being a barbarian. It's not being a man that rapes women and likes to kill. War is righteous. War is a righteous dispute, man. Keep it in.
Like verse 13. And when the Lord thy God hath delivered it into thine hands, thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword.
There you go. And these men didn't want to listen. I said, damn that. These men said, bring it, man. So this, they were saying, I will never pay you tax, man. Bring it, man. And guess what? When we win, they also kill all their males, man. Why would you kill all their males? Does anyone know?
Because they are the resistor.
Yeah, but why the males?
Because they are the strength of the community.
There you go, man. That was the soldiers. Today in war, who dies today in war? The soldiers, which would be the what, the men. And who don't die in war today? Who was on them trains in Ukraine? Who was on them buses in Ukraine? The women and the children. And the men were left to fight. That's the only reason why you kill the men and leave the women. There's some fake Israelites out there saying, oh yeah, the Bible says kill the men so you can have sex with the women. Shut up, man. That's not what
No,
it's
but
talking.
it's like verse 14 clearly declare what you have just said.
Here you go, man. So like a few Israelites out there, listen, troop them outside, even troop them outside will crush you, man.
That's right.
Troop in the school will crush your doctrine, man. He said, troop them outside, so listen, he goes, the next verse clears it up. You're in the UPK, so you can't see it, man, but our trooper even sees it, man. Men are the ones that's in the war, and guess who ain't in the war? The women and children. That's why we keep them. not to have sex with them. That's why we keep them. When you go to a war, there's things left over, like what? Cars, houses, you keep it, man. And even the people you keep too. Why? So the people can serve yours, man. You keep anything that will benefit you. You don't want to keep the men. The men might huddle up. They might huddle up and lead a revolt. You know what I mean? Just like in the movie The Great Escape. Them men were in prison. Why to stop them from huddling up and regrouping, man? That's the reason why you kill the men, man. Not because we want to have sex with their women. We don't want the African woman. We don't want the white woman. We don't want the Chinese woman. The Bible, obviously, the Bible will keep them around. You know what I mean? They can do what can do is sowing. They can be great servants. They can tend to the sheep and so forth. Like when Britain won World War I and II, Britain got no, so lucky. I think someone got land in Germany. That was the recompense, or Germany had to pay. I think whoever loses the war, whoever loses the war has to pay everything back. So every bridge, every oil plant, they have to pay it back. I can imagine how much billions that must be. And this was the compensation of slavery back then. You lose your women, your houses, your cattle, the whole line, man. These are the rules of war long before the EU, long before the UN, man. Read that again, Baba Bashar.
Okay. And when the Lord thy God hath delivered it into thine hands, thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword.
You done?
Salakia, no, verse 14. But the woman and little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoils thereof, thou
Stop it.
shalt take unto thyself.
Do you notice the same woman that they want to have sex with? They put them in the same category as what else? Children, cattle. You know what I mean? It's not talking about sex. There's anything left, man. Anything anything that can come of what any use or anything of any value. Are you gonna have sex with the cattle too? Are you gonna have sex with the children too? Are you gonna have sex with houses too? And the gold. It just means anything valuable, anything left over. That's all it's talking about, man. It grouped the same woman up with what? The cattle. What else? Food, children, anything of any value. It grouped it all up together, man. It's not talking about things to have sex with, man. It's talking things that can benefit you. You feel me?
That is just to show you the mind frame of what they want from the war.
There you go. Some people are just, let me tell you something, man. There's some people that try to use the Bible for their own gain. There's some people that got sexual problems, man. And like what I said, when you got a sexual problem, what do? You deal with that sexual problem, man. You go to war with it. But some people that find a way to justify it, man. There's a man out there that used to have sex with white women. And what does he do? He fights that demon, man. Gets up a black woman and fights it. There's a man out there, there's another man out there that likes white women. And what does he do? He justify it. But the Bible says you can. Look. When you go to war, you can have all of them. See there, it's right there. And that's just the weak man. There's one man that got a weed problem and fights that weed problem every day, every night. There's another man that goes, look, every herb shall be meat to you. Look, weed's a herb, man. And that's all it is, man. There's someone out there, listen, let me tell you something. There's someone out there that's animals, salakians. It's animals, man. Just animals. And they say, well, what if we punch Edomite in the face? And what if we just, just beat up Edomites? But the Edomites, though, they got nothing with them being Edomites. Mate, you're just an animal. It got nothing to do with them. It got something to do with you. You're just a horrible person, man. Trying to make out like, the problem is you like to hurt people. And you want to justify it by saying, well, I'm hitting heathen, though. I'm beating up heathen. I'm robbing, but I'm robbing from heathens. I'm selling drugs, but I'm selling drugs to heathen. Mate, it's an animal, man. And he's using heathen as an excuse. You seen the other one?
Absolutely.
A lot of men try to play off by, yeah, but the heathen don't. The problem is, you're just a disgusting animal, man. You got to change your life, man. You got to learn to become a better person, man. Start becoming a barbarian, man. Beating up people and trying to justify, yeah, what? White man, you know. That don't change anything. You're just disgusting, man. You like to fight people. You like to kill. You got to change that, man. And that's these people that we're dealing with. Try to mangle the Bible. The problem is you. It had nothing to do with not the Bible. It's you. How is it the Bible's back up something that you just happen to like? You know the ones there. Everything I liked was not in the Bible somehow. I was like, oh, I like that. It's like, oh God, I can't do it no more. I like this. Oh man, it's not in the Bible no more. Everything you like, somehow the scripture justified it, man. Maybe you're looking at it wrong. You like weed and oh look, lo and behold, you can smoke weed in the Bible. You know what I mean? You like white women, oh my God, look, you can have them in the Bible. Come on, man, it's ridiculous, man. Muhammad was the same, isn't it? Muhammad in the Quran, man. Everything Muhammad liked was awful. Muhammad liked young girls, but guess what? Allah just said he can have young girls. In the Quran, in the Quran, what? How much was it? 4 or 5? 4. Muhammad got about 10. So lucky, yeah. Because Allah said you're different, man. Seems like Allah just meets all his needs, man. Everybody else, we can't do certain things. Like, oh man, Moses couldn't do certain things, Elijah couldn't do certain things. But Muhammad, everything he wants, Allah got his back, man. I was like, yeah, mangle the law for you, man. Don't do that, man. And that's with certain people. Some people want to mangle the law to fit them, man. And really, what you got to do is yourself. Look in the mirror, man. See, I'm disgusting, man. I'm a horrible person, man. I'm a thief. I am a thief. Listen, you are a thief. So justify, yeah, but I'm robbing people that deserve it. You're a thief. You like to hold people down and rob people, and that is disgusting, man. And that needs to be changed. You have to pull people's hair out and rip it out. Well, hey, it's an Indian woman, so that makes it okay. You're disgusting. You have to fight, man. You are the issue. Again, the Bible says there's going to be a war, man. And how does a war happen? You declare war, man. You know what I mean? Did Putin go around killing Ukrainians? Did Putin go around shooting Ukrainians? No. What did Putin do before he started killing Ukrainians, man? He declared war. And likewise, there will be a war against the oppressor, man. There will be a war against all these nations, but first, Christ will declare war first, man. I'm going to get that. You go around there killing heathens right now. That is a war crime. In fact, that's a crime. That's a crime. Do you know that to kill a Ukrainian man is murder? But we see Ukrainian soldiers die every time in the news, all the time. And do people cry? People go, nah. Why? It's war. War is declared. So this is what happens. Soldiers do their lives. But how do you kill a regular soldier on a regular day before declaring war? That would be a crime, man. The whole world will be crying. And likewise, Christ ain't declared war yet, so leave the heathen alone, man. You know what I mean? Don't kill them, don't harm them. But Christ ain't declared war yet, man. Anything before Christ declares war is a crime, man. And you deserve to be behind bars to laugh, yeah. And don't come to me for help. Don't be like, you're crafty, but come on, man. Like, listen, you're a criminal. You belong behind bars. Just kill the man for no reason. You can't do that, man. Christ didn't declare war yet. It's like a boxing match. Imagine a boxing match before the bell goes off. You feeling the man in. He didn't get time to put the gloves on or nothing, man. That's assault. But when he puts the gloves on and signs a contract, is it assault then? No. Because what you declared war, you told him, listen, we're going to box for 12 rounds. So Slovakia. Speaking of boxing, outside to the fight one day.
That is mad.
I saw a man get pushed, you know. A man got pushed. He said, he didn't get boxed, he got pushed with two. Man just pushed him with the 2 gloves. And you know when you get pushed, you step back or you move back. He dropped on his back. I thought, oh shit, man, I can watch this. That's all I can say. Now, if Tyson Fury just pushed him, that would be assault. But now that I've agreed to fight you, I agreed to 12 rounds. Now it's for the boxing match. The difference there. So like I said.
Well, what Dylan White said was the uppercut didn't knock him out. What happened was when he pushed him, he hit his head off the ground, and that's what daggered him when he got back up. That's what he's saying.
Why did he even hit the floor if he weren't that tired? If I push you, you don't hit the floor. He's moved back 2 steps, so you know he hit the floor on his back flat, bang. Why did he hit his head? Listen, Dylan White or Dylan?
Dillian and sure.
Dylan White went already, man. But Slovakia. But keep reading, Baba Kusha.
Slovakia. And thou shalt take unto thyself, and thou shalt eat the spoils of thine enemies, which
There
the
you go,
Lord
man.
thy God hath given thee.
You're gonna eat the spoils of the enemies. The spoils is what's left over after war, man. So if you go to war and you take over a country, them houses are yours now, man. You know, your Sky TVs, yours are them BMWs left over. They're yours now, man. That's the spoils, man. And what else is spoils? The children, the women, the food, the vineyard. That's your vineyard now. If Putin wins what's it called? If Putin takes over Ukraine, guess what? All the oil plants and now become his. If Ukraine tomorrow says, you know what, we surrender, guess what? The oil plants become his, man. What else? From the library becomes his, the schools become his, the population becomes his, the roads become his. Why? Because he won it fair and square, man. Keep it in.
Slovakia, verse 15. Thou shalt thou do unto all the cities which are very far off from thee, which are not of the cities of of those nations.
There you go. And Lord said that's what you to all them cities. Notice the Lord didn't say go in there, sneak in from the back and kill him, man. The Lord said declare peace unto it, man. First, saying what? I'll give you time to surrender, man. What's the other one? It ain't got to be like this, man. You know, I got two choices. It can go left or it can go. What's it? We can use the hard way or the easy way. That's what the Lord said to do. Like what Putin said. Putin said, listen, Zelensky, listen, back in my day, you know, Russia was one, and I want it back. You know, stand like I want it back. You know what that means? It's like, well, I don't want to give you. All right, cool. Simple as that, man. We're exactly the same. We ain't no race of barbarians. We're not animals, man. We do things properly, man. You sitting on some oil that we want, man. We'll trade. If you're on our land, we're gonna tell you this is land promised to us. And if you give it up, then that's fine. If you don't, we're gonna go to war, man. Keep it in.
Slovakia, verse 16. But of the cities of those people which the Lord thy God doeth give thee for an inheritance, thou shalt save alive nothing that breatheth.
There you go, man. But there's some people in our land, and the Lord said, listen, save nothing alive, man. Kill them utterly, man. Kill them. They don't want to leave. They don't want to, they don't want to, what's the word? What's the word called again? Comply. Kill them all, man. You know what I mean? So again, we had laws on surrendering. So a man could surrender. A man could say, listen, I surrender. I'm not gonna. And we wouldn't harm him. Wouldn't harm him. Let me get some history on it real quick, man. What is it? Purpose of law. Let me see. 1 second. Bear me 2 seconds. Something I read on the internet talking about them same rules, man. And this is the law of war. There's actually a law book on war. And this is under the headline of purpose of the laws, meaning why these laws were made, the reason why these rules of war was made. You could say it, sir. No, oh shit. 1 second. Bear me 2 seconds. The purpose of the law. Come.
All right, so the section purposes of laws. It has often been commented that creating laws for something as inherently lawless as war seems like a lesson in absurdity.
So they're saying people think that to have rules in the law is absurd. Like this is war, killing. How can it be rules to killing? Like it's absurd. It's mad. Like there's no nice way. You know, like killing is killing. How you gonna have rules to killing? It sounds absurd. It's always been said so. Keep it in.
But based on the adherence to what amounted to customary international law by warring parties through the ages, it was believed that codifying laws of war would be beneficial.
But the international means globally. all the countries thought that having rules to war would be beneficial. Beneficial means something you can gain from or benefit from. Even all the countries come together and said, no, having rules to war is beneficial. It's good. Innocent people don't get hurt. People that don't agree don't get killed. Children don't get killed. The only people that get killed really the people that give their life to it. The people that said, all right, I want to sign up for the army. I know what I'm in for. Then they should use the legs. They've given an oath to their country. They've put on the uniform. Those are the people that die, but innocent people shouldn't die. And even on a global nation, on a global scale, they've realized that, listen, having rules is beneficial. Now, this seems crazy to them, but guess what? This is always in the Bible, man. We always had these rules to war, man. So, that's it.
Some of the central principles underlying laws of war are: wars should be limited to achieving the political goals.
There you go. So wars should have a political goal. For instance, Putin wants Ukraine. That is his goal. Meaning this, you can't go to war with a country against oil, and then while you're there, taking the diamonds. You can't say like Putin said that Ukraine used to be Russia, so Putin can't. Putin's goal is to get Ukraine to surrender and to give him Ukraine so it can be Russia again. Putin can't be in there taking the oil. Putin can't be in there raping the woman. There's a goal. Meaning what? In America, what was the goal? The goal was what? In World War II, the goal was what? Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, which was a harbor in America. And they wanted Japan to pay it back and apologize, and Japan wouldn't. So they bombed them back. That was the goal. You can't say, well, whilst I'm beating them, I'm gonna take some diamonds too. Whilst I'm beating them, I'm gonna, rape their women too. You must achieve the goal. Every war has a goal. Either a country bombed you, you want payback. A country bombed you, you want the money back. A country used to be yours, you want it back. There has to be a goal. You must achieve that goal. These are the rules in the war. Keep it in.
Political goals that started the war. Example: territorial control.
There you go. Territorial control. Territories, what areas? The area you own. Like Putin wants the territory of Ukraine. He wants it. And Putin can't fight for nothing but that goal, because that's what his war is based on. Putin can't be in their teeth for the gold. He can't be in there trying to teeth for the oil. His war is strictly for the territory. That's what he said. That's what he declared. And that's what he must fight for. Keep it in.
And should not include unnecessary destruction.
There you go. Putin wants Ukraine. He got to go get Ukraine. He can't be bombing the Westfield Center. He can't be bombing libraries and schools where kids are. He must only bomb things that can cripple the countries, which is what? Nuclear power plants. Things that will make the country lose its war. Without a nuclear power plant, you got no electricity, you can't fire missiles. Your soldiers got no electric, the walkie-talkies won't work, the tanks won't work. Oil plants. Without oil, you can't put petrol in your tanks. You can't do unnecessary destruction. You can't just bomb the London Bridge because I'm gonna make some. I like to make a mess. I want to shake up your country and just ruin your country. You can't do that, man. Everything you blow up has to make sense. You have to bomb up. I think World War II, England blew up German runways. Blew up the runway because a plane needs a runway to fly. So they blew up the runway. You got planes, but they're useless. Those things make sense. You can't just blow up a school. You can't just blow up a hospital. You can't do that. These are the rules to war. Guess what? In the Bible, we had this, man. Why does everyone look up to the white man like he's so wise and so smart? And in the Bible, we had this, man. We look up to him like it's disgusting. It's like it's if I may, it's like this the same man that rapes black people, man, and the same man that shoots black boys dead in the streets, got the nerve to talk about rules to war. Got the nerve to the same man that went to America and killed the Native American Indians, man, and put smallpox in the blankets, got the nerve to talk about rules to war like he knows anything about rules, man. He's lawless. What rules did he keep? The rules say you can't shoot no one that's unarmed. Meanwhile, he killed Mark Duggan, man. He wants to go on the BBC News and talk about rules, man. And talk about how he keeps rules and rules are meant to be kept. And makes out like black people don't keep rules. Black people like to break the rules, and black people like to break the law and break this law. And that's why we got to have him behind bars, because we're stronger on these rules. And black people don't want to follow these rules. So we got to put him in jail for selling drugs. We got to put them behind bars for shooting. Meanwhile, you don't keep rules yourself, man. Got to never talk about rules of law, man. When our rules in the Bible, what taught you about rules, man? So like I said.
Reader. Wars should be brought to an end as quickly as possible.
There you go. So the war, quickly as possible, meaning don't play around. Don't killing soldiers slowly. You know what I mean? Bomb what you have to bomb and let the better man win, man. You know what I mean? You bomb his oil plants, he bombs yours. He flies over your countries, you blow his planes down as quickly as it can. It usually take about 6 years. That's what it takes. That's what it takes. Don't be lingering. And I'm saving this missile, for a bit. I'm gonna save this and then I'm waiting for it to put the guard down. Obviously, you gotta use tactics and whatnot, but as quick as possible. That don't long it out. As you know, look, the longer you long out wars, what happens? Other countries suffer, man. Like if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look at your look at your gas, the needle. Look at the needle on your petrol, man. When Putin's longing it out, man. Putin, can you hurry up and just take over Ukraine? Or Ukraine, can you hurry up and beat thingy? I need some petrol, man. Hurry up, man. You're longing it out. What's the? It coming like neither of these know the rules. What's the rules like here?
Wars should be brought to an end as quickly as possible.
So why do you hurry up, man? Zelensky, Putin out, no, but his petrol's getting out of control, man. What's the petrol? You diesel petrol? I'm petrol like 163 per liter, man. 180. Come on, hurry up, man. This will be longer than usual. It's been like 2 months now. You get me? You're killing man with these prices, man. Hurry up, man. Someone needs to. Someone got to surrender. Someone got to drop the bit. Where's this Satan missile, man? Can someone drop this missile car? I'm trying to get back to my regular gas prices, man. I got a Shell card and everything. You know about the Shell card? I got points, but these points mean nothing with this Russia and Ukraine war, man. Hurry up, man. It's like
A people and property that do not contribute to the war effort should be protected against unnecessary destruction and hardship.
There you go, people and property that don't contribute. You know what I mean? You got what the old Trafford Center should not be bombed. You know what I mean? He's not a war veteran. You know what I mean? It's not a missile plant. It's not a nuclear plant. It should be left alone, man. After Ukraine, after this whole war with Ukraine, if it's ever over, if Christ don't come back before then, all the shopping malls should be intact. All the schools should be intact. All the people, teachers should be alive. You know, we don't now. I think a couple civilians is allowed. It's expected to die. Suspected, but to outright kill a civilian, to see a civilian, you see him in his nest outfit, shoot him. That's a war crime. But what happens if you break a war crime?
Then you get taken to court. Basically, yeah, you've done a war crime. That is an offense. But the thing is, if you're in your homeland, they can't do nothing to you because obviously, what can they do? But it is an offense.
Yeah. So did Hitler really make war crimes? Is that a lie?
Nah, he did. Now, what he did to the Israeli, that's war crime because they wasn't in the army. They were just civilians.
Yeah. So yeah. So if you could, Baba Sar, read me Deuteronomy 23:7.
Okay. Deuteronomy 23. 7. Slack here. The book of Deuteronomy 23, verse 7. Thou shalt not be a Boer, an Edomite.
So see that there, the Bible goes, thou shalt not abhor an Edomite. The word abhor means, so people, since I come in the truth, people say, listen, if you became reading the Bible, you wouldn't hate white people, man. The Bible goes, you should not abhor an Edomite, man. And let me tell you something, we don't abhor Edomites. But what we say about Edomites is what the Bible says, man. The Bible says God wants revenge on them. Abhor is to do harm to somebody. What we say is the facts. We say what the white man is a deceiver, which he is, man. Who deceived the whole world like him? We say that what the day's coming where he ain't gonna rule no more, which is true. We say no one's been a bigger devil than him, which is true. We don't hate him. We didn't. When did we put him in slavery? When did we rape his woman? When did we turn him down from jobs that he was qualified for? When did we judge him by the color of his skin? What we're saying is facts. We say, we're saying he pushes homosexuality. So what? We're saying that he deceived the whole world. We say that he lied about Christ's description. That's just the truth, man. That's not hate. It's harsh words. It hurts. It's rough, but it's just truth, man. What he done to us was more than hard talk. What he done to us was more than what I better name calling. What he done to us was real abhorring. We don't abhor Edomites, man. Read that again.
Shalaki. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite.
There you go. The Bible goes, thou shalt not abhor an Edomite. Why does the Bible say we should not abhor an Edomite? Why? Even though he done all these things to us.
For he is thy brother.
Now, I mean, why can't we abhor an Edomite? Judging by what we read before. Why can't you just go see an Edomite and punch him up?
It's against the law for you to attack somebody without a reason.
There you go, man. I'm gonna blow your mind. So the Bible goes, you cannot abhor an Edomite. You can't harm them, yeah. So watch this now, then, yeah. Explain this to me. Give me Revelations 19 and 11.
Let's see Revelation 19. Let's see what it says. Revelation 19. Revelation 19 verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness.
So, he's talking about Yahushua. So they saw heaven open. Everyone on Christ come from the clouds, man. With the army. He that sat up on his white horse was called Faithful and True, man. Talk about Yahushua. Yahushua was faithful to the death, man. Faithful the man. Faithful the man that sticks with you thick and thin. Sticks with you through thick and thin.
That's
like
loyal.
It's like you're loyal, so are that. Like a woman, so you're unfaithful. You're unfaithful, meaning you supposed to be with me and you with someone else. The Bible said Christ was faithful, man. Christ was given away out, man, and Christ didn't want the way out, man. Christ was given away by Satan. Say, just bow down to me, man. I make you rich, man. Christ said, Christ told the Most High, listen, please, I don't want to go for this, man. If it's your will, listen, let me pass. And Christ didn't shy from his duties, man. He did it, man. That's the one faithful and true. Keep it in.
For he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian.
Revelation 19.
Sorry. Revelation 19 verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness doth he judge and make war.
So what? So hold on. How is it? Yeah, Christ is gonna punish Edomites in Revelation 19:11, but in the law, it goes you can't harm Edomite.
That is his job, not yours.
That's true. But how is it the Bible goes you can't abhor an Edomite? In the future, we're gonna put him in chains.
Yeah, but that is to come. It's not for you to do it now because you don't have that power to rule over them.
That's no, but there's nothing in the Bible that you can do at one point, and you can't do at another point. Like if it says you can't eat pork then, you can't eat pork now. So why is it we can't abhor them now, but we're going to fight them in the future? Why is that?
That's what I'm saying. We do not have that power and authority over them as yet. So we have to wait until Christ come and give us that power and authority over them.
You're almost there. So why is it you can't kill the Edomite, but in the time to come, you're going to be in war, and in war means you're going to kill them?
Yes, we're going to kill them because that is the season for them to die. Christ does not give us that authority over them as yet.
I'll help you out. The reason why you can kill them, the reason why they're going to be killed in this time, is because Christ is going to what? Declare war. That's the difference. And this right now, Christ ain't declared war with them. So any harm to anyone, any white man, Chinese, is murder. But in war, that means, you know what? Your soldier already, my soldier already, So anyone that dies, what do you call them? Casualties of war. It's not murder. It's just they know what they signed up for, and it is what it is. That is not more murder. Read it again. Revelation 19:11.
Revelation 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in his righteousness he doeth judge and make war.
There you go. Christ is going to make war with them. When Christ comes back, he's going to make war. So guess what? That's not murder no more. Like for instance, if you grab a man and handcuff him, that's kidnap. If the police do it, it's not kidnap, it's arrest. That man's committed a crime. There's a warrant out for his arrest. It's written in paper. It's not kidnap no more. If you kill someone, if you go and buy yourself an electric chair and kill someone, that's murder. If the government has found you guilty and put you in that same electric chair, it's not murder. You've been found guilty by the judge. And likewise, the Bible goes, thou shalt not abhor Edomite. Don't harm them. You don't punch them up. You don't do nothing to them. But in the future, Christ is going to do just that. Why? Because he declared war against them. When you declare war, it's no longer murder. You know what I mean? It's called casualties of war. Any soldier that dies in war is not a murder. A Ukraine soldier, any Ukraine soldier that gets shot right now and bleeds to death was not murdered. He was a casualty of war. Any Russian soldier that gets bombed and his legs get decapitated, whatever the case may be, he was not murdered. He was a casualty of war. And that's what it's going to be when Christ comes back. Christ is going to declare war. There's something called declaration of war. You know what I mean? In fact, let me get there real quick. Like what I said with boxing, you just walk up on a man and punch him up, man. That's GBH assault, man. But if you sign the contract and that man's ready for the boxing match, he's ready to go 12 rounds, and how much money do you put on the table usually? Any punches he gets, any thumps he gets, that ain't abuse, man. He know what he signed up for. And this is declaration of war, what it means. Slap, yeah.
So we're at declaration of war. A declaration of war is a formal act by which one state announces.
You know what act is? Act is a law, man. An act is something written in paper. I'm not sure it works in America, but in the UK you got what? Act. What was it again? The Freedom of Speech Act. I think America was law.
Amendments
and laws and statutes. What in the UK you do a lot of acts. Under Act 31, I'm allowed the freedom of speech. Under Act 32, I'm allowed to drive a car. Acts of the law, and the declaration of war is the law. When you declare war, so right from now on, my country will fight yours. And guess what? Any killing is no longer murder. Any killing of a soldier is no longer murder. It's no longer barbaric murder, but it's a what? Act of war.
Announces existing or impending war activity against another.
There you go. So it's a war. Imagine this. If you bomb an oil plant on an average day, what is that called? Terrorism. But if you bomb an oil plant during war, it's not terrorism no more. It's not. Like if you punch somebody up, it's GBH, it's assault. But in a boxing match, it's not. If you lock up somebody, that's kidnap, man. Moving someone, what's it called again? Without their will. But if the police do it, then it's not. Depending on what's been declared, changes everything. And if you declare, Christ is going to declare war against all these nations. So that won't be abhorring the Edomite. That will be war against them. And right now, guess what? Christ ain't declared war, man. So leave him alone, man. Go on the street corners and teach people to stay away from them. Go on. That, you know what I mean? That ain't harming nobody. That ain't killing nobody. That's not abhorring no one. Go on the street corners and tell black people to stay away from their religions, man. Go tell black people don't marry them no more. Tell black men stay away from their women. Tell black women stay away from their men. Tell your children to stay away from them. Teach black men how much have murderers there been throughout history. That's all you got to do, man. You ain't got to harm them. Yeah. And furthermore, you harming the white man does nothing. Imagine that the white man has all the riches, man, for your grandparents, man. All the cane and cotton, man. And you punch some white men in the ends. Come on, white men in the ends. You know what white men in the ends is? It's a broke white man that didn't make it, man. When all the black men came from Jamaica in the 60s and the Caribbean, he's still in the ends, meaning what? His parents couldn't move out. They're too broke to move out. Everyone else said, I'm not staying around these black people and move. He couldn't move. And you punch up some broke white man, it does nothing, man. It doesn't recompense all the cane. Doesn't recompense a drop of blood by the slaves. Doesn't recompense no wool that they stole from us. Doesn't bring us back no money. You know what I mean? Doesn't bring he don't turn David Lammy from stop being a coon. Does nothing, man. Just he's a white guy with a couple black eyes and land you in jail. Does nothing. Now, how about you do what we do, man? And teach millions of black people to change their life, man. Stay away from it. That's something, man. You get a crown for that, man. The Bible goes, what? Christ will give many crowns. After this war, Christ is going to be rewarding people, man. Join this war, man. Don't push the white people getting locked up, man. All that happen. The same white people you hate, they're going to put cuffs on you and lock you up, man. So lock you up. And then after, when you come out of jail, the same white people won't give you a job because you got a record. And you end up back in jail by the same white people because you can't afford your rent, so you're going to sell drugs. This is ridiculous, man. How about you do what we do, man? It's like I said, you don't get things up.
No sweat. A declaration of war is a formal act by which one state announces existing or impending war activity against another.
Look, if you see anyone that can see the picture, look, there's two men right there, man. Two presidents of two different countries, man. Just signing a piece of paper saying, listen, you know what I mean? It's wartime now. You know what I mean? You owe me some oil. You get I'm going to fight. I believe your country belongs to mine, man. Because in the 1800s, Ukraine was a part of Russia, man. One man goes, well, I disagree. Yeah, it used to be, but come on, man, time changed now. Let it go, man. You're gonna fight, man. You're gonna put it in paper. Just like everything else, just like marriage today is in paper. Just like receipts are in the Bible. And war also is on paper, man. When Christ comes back, he's going to declare war, man, against these countries. And then they're going to fight, man. That's what I said.
The declaration is a performative speech act or the signing of a document.
So you could sign a document, or you could say, you said, listen, we're going to war, man. I think Hitler just made a speech on TV, and apparently Hitler was known for making some bad boy speeches, man. Hitler was known for getting people riled up. You hear Hitler's speech, like, yeah. Hitler will make you hate the Jewish man, the so-called Jew and everything, in his speech to get you riled up, man. And that's what a war is.
Nah, and just off the back of that, with his speeches, they're that good that there's people that even have him now. Many people that are into like a Nazism, they still have his speech recordings till this day. For example, with Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's known to have him and like he plays him till this day. So his speeches must have been that good if they got recordings of him like now.
No, man. I remember going live on the airway and saying, "From right now, Poland, we're going to war with you, and we're gonna do it." And that was it, man. All it took. But you can't just go and kill him, man. Even though Preston knows that, man. You got to declare war, man. You got to let him know what it is, man. Any more on that, or?
By an authorized party of a national government in order to create a state of war between two or more states.
Look at this. This is Franklin Roosevelt, man. Signed declaration with Germany, okay? Edomites. You know what I mean? President Roosevelt. That ain't Hitler, though. But it's, I don't know. Probably a German spokesman or something. Someone on Hitler's behalf. I don't know. But that's him declaring war, man. That's how it is. So you read that again in Revelations 19:11. Baba could show him also.
Oh, sorry.
No, sir.
You want me to read verse 12 now?
No, 11 again, please.
Oh, 11, it's like here. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness does he judge and make war.
There you go, man. In righteousness, Christ makes war. But Christ didn't come to massacre people, man. Christ didn't come to kill innocent people, man. Christ comes to make war, man. All the people that try to downplay the Bible, what kind of Bible? Your Bible's about killing and bloodshed. No, it's not, man. It's about righteous war, man. Meaning what one country has raped another country, man. One country has robbed another country. One country has made black people work for free. One race of people has made black people work for free and has harmed us and oppressed us and called us 3/5 of a man and put us in their ghettos and given us drugs and guns to kill each other, man. And Christ wants war for that, man. Christ wants war. Christ ain't happy with that, man. How is it Putin is angry with Zelensky because Zelensky wants his own land and Christ can't be. And Putin's okay to have war with that, have war with Zelensky for that. And guess what? Christ wants war for something greater, man. Christ wants war. Imagine this, America wanted war with Japan because of bomb Pearl Harbor, and Christ wants war with the oppressor. Why? Because they hate black people, because they've killed black people, because they've hung black people from trees, because they put drugs in black people's neighborhoods, because they've raped black women, because they've used black babies as alligator bait, because they had black people laughing in barrels, man, because they made black people come to the UK in the 60s, man, and work for pennies and charge a high price to live in one flat. Christ wants war for that, man. Is Christ wrong for that? Christ wants war for that, man. If you can have war because you think a man's land belongs to you, if you can have war because you believe a man got weapons of mass destruction, then why can't Christ have war for his people, man? And that's what Christ wants. Christ doesn't want to harm nobody. He don't want to kill innocent people. He just wants to go to war. And if Putin is justified to go into war with Zelensky, then Christ is justified to go into war with all other countries, man. It's lucky, sir.
Now, just off the back of that, I was watching the James English a podcast, and there was a white woman on there. She's from London. She's been involved in a lot of county lines, and although she's been involved with it for so many years, never got locked up once. And then now, with James English, he asked her, "Go, so why do you think like you've never been locked up?" And she didn't even lie. She goes, "It's white a privilege." She goes, "Like, look, look, it's me and everyone else is black, and how the judge looks at it is like I'm this innocent white girl and they're manipulating me. Meanwhile, goes, I've never been locked up. Meanwhile, slug it. All the black people I was with, they got sentences. Yeah, even she knew that it can only be that.
And for anyone that don't know, a county line is a minor that carries drugs across the country. They're called county lines because they send them on trains. Anyone that watched Top Boy, not the latest one, the one before, when they send the little boy to go to Manchester on a train, that is called a county line. You know, a county line is not the man that sends them, the man that does it. They call them county lines. You know what I mean? They send them across country. They pay for a train ticket, give them a bag, and say, listen, don't look in the bag. When you go there, a man will meet you, give him the bag, you get back on the next train back. That's a county line. And you do it to kids. Why? Because kids won't get charged as much as an adult would. And this white woman says, they said to the white woman, how come you never been caught? She goes, because I'm white, man. She goes, white privilege. While they're watching black kids, I get to sneak through and do my thing, man. And when I do get caught, they look at, like, when a black man gets caught, they see it as, black man, you know, look at his child, you know what I mean? The evil child, he knew what he was doing. When she gets caught, I'm a frail little white girl, I had no idea. I'm trying to pay the rent, man, and blah, blah, blah. And this black man manipulated me. And I've seen it before. I know a black man had crack and stuff in a white woman's house. You know what I mean? Let that be anyone else's house, man. In fact, listen, I know a black woman that was holding a gun for somebody, man. And the way she got charged, you'll think it was her gun. And the white woman that had drugs in their house for a black man. And they made that like, oh, man, she didn't want to do it. She was manipulated by these monsters. They don't want me to told her, say, if you love me, do it for me, man. Clearly, she didn't want to do that, man. And that's how it is. And come on, man. Christ wants war for that, man. Christ is happy about that, man. Christ wants war, man. Christ is so merciful. He's not going to come and massacre people for no reason. He wants war. He's saying, listen, you're going to war for that. You ready? Go strap up. You're going to war for that, man. Christ ain't happy about that, man. Christ ain't happy about that. Just like how, what's his name? What's the nigga's name? Truman weren't happy about, no, Truman was a soldier. What's the nigga's name? In the President of America, Slovakia, just like how he wasn't happy with what happened to his men in Pearl Harbor, man. These are men that belong in his country and Japan killed them. He wasn't happy, man. He declared war. And guess what? Christ ain't happy about the black men that died in slavery, man. Christ ain't happy about the black men that you put into council states, man. Christ ain't happy about the black men that you forced to sell drugs, man. Christ ain't happy about the black men that you put drugs in their neighborhoods and the black women that you work black women to death in these jobs, you know. To the point that they can't even come and raise these kids. The kids are on the road. Christ ain't happy. And for that, Christ wants to declare war, man. Christ has the right to declare war, man. And guess what? In that war, people are going to die. People are going to die. Just like how soldiers died in World War I and in World War II. It's not a massacre. It's not disgusting. It's not evil. It was casualties of war. A lot of Edomites are going to die for that, man. And that's just how it is, man. It's love here. Give me Exodus 17 and 8.
The book of Exodus 17, verse 8. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in refer them.
If start from verse 7, Baba Kushar, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, verse 7. Exodus 17, verse 7. And he called the name of the place Massa and Meribah, because of the children of Israel, and because they tempted the Lord, saying,
Oh,
Is the
all right.
Lord among us?
So it's like where we're at right now, we left Egypt and been walking through the wilderness. You know what I mean? I've been walking in a straight line. Now, what happens when you walk in a straight line for miles? If you're hiking with 1,000 man in a straight line, what happens over time? There becomes gaps in them lines. The people that can't keep up end up at the back, and the people that can keep up end up in the front. And what happened was the elderly people end up at the back, and there was big lines to the point that imagine a line so big that you can't see the man behind you. You're too focused on trying to keep up. That's what happened. Imagine a whole nation of people. Imagine blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians from Jamaica, Trinidad, Venezuela, England, all together in a line. Millions of us walking through the wilderness, walking through uninhabited lands and so forth. And we walked through Amalek land. And Amalek allowed us to walk through their land. And as we're walking, gaps in the line started to develop. So all the strong men that can fight, where are they? At the front? They're strong, they can keep up. All the weak people are at the back. And this is what Amalek done to the weak people at the back. Keep it in.
Okay. Because of of the chiding of the children of Israel, and because they tempted the Lord, saying, Is the Lord among us or not?
Keep it in.
Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim. And Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out.
So again, this ain't the account. You know, I'll get it for another day. I thought this was the right one, this ain't the one. But Amalek, what happened, there's an account in the Bible where Amalek started to attack people at the back of the line, the elderly, the men that couldn't keep up. You know what I mean? We call that today, it's like to my French, a bitch move, man. That's what they do. In fact, that's what Ukraine did. Imagine this: there's loads of countries here that was a part of the Soviet Union, and Putin didn't want no smoke with them. You know why? Because they're part of NATO, they're part of the EU, and according to the law, if you attack one of the EU countries, you attack them all. So Putin found a country that weren't a part of the EU and fought them, and the white men did the same thing. But all the warriors at the front, he attacked the men at the back, killed them at the back. Oh, you're gonna get that, sir? Yeah. All right, no sweat. We're gonna get it real quick. It's luck here. I won't paraphrase it. We'll get it. Shalom to Trooper Masha. Shalom to Trooper I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K, man, you gotta send me some tune, man. So luck, yeah. How is it here? I'm in the UK. On the ends comes on every Friday. You got one bag of tune. I can't play no tune, man. Come on, man. Hit me up, man. So lucky. Jump for inbox. Karafia Yasha Allah, man. Need some tune to play on the ends, man. I'm running that. You're playing the said tune. I want the brick tune as well, man. Send that, man. Baba Koshar. Lucky, sir. Sorry. Qual, so I'm gonna read it real quick.
All right. Deuteronomy 25 and 17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way.
That's the also remember it though. The account. I want the account when they did it. It was fast and true. Is it? What's it again? The hinder part, is it? All right, no, so go on,
By the way, when ye come forth out of the land of Egypt.
So we came out of Egypt, like I said, we're in a line, walking through people's lands. Like for instance, if you leave, if you're from Birmingham and you're trying to get to Scotland, what's gonna happen? You're gonna pass through cities, man. If you're from Brum, to get to Scotland, you're gonna pass through Manny, Coventry, and likewise, we left Egypt and go to our land. As we go into our land, we're passing through other countries. I remember we're respectful. So as we pass through, we ain't killing people. We'll pass through people's lands and say, listen, it's not like that. No beef or anything that pass through. I think the Lord said, even let them know, but when we pass through, we got our own water. You know what I mean? Don't be like, don't make them think you can't come through here. Because what do people think when you pass through the land? What do people say to this day? What do white people say to this day when people come to the land? They're taking our jobs, taking our benefits. The Lord said, listen, let them know, listen, when I pass through your land, I don't want none of your water. I don't want none of your vineyards. What you say, I'm not going to pass left or right. I'm going to go straight through. Because people say, this is mine. You can't come to and benefit from our land. The Lord said, let them know it ain't that. Because people are territorial about their property. Today, people see it. We get angry. We don't want what's the new one? The Rwandans.
Yeah, Rwandans.
People don't want the Rwandans in the country because why are they taking our benefits, all this and all that, and we ain't got the housing as it is and blah, 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 blah. And the Lord knows how people go on. So the Lord said, listen, tell them we got our own food, our own land. We don't want to stay there and be literally passing through. We're not looking to stay, not looking to take over. The Lord said, let them know. And that's what happened. We went to Amalek and let them know, listen, Amalek, we're just passing through, man. We're trying to get to our land. And this devil said, okay. And let us pass through and kill us anyway, man. Kill him.
How he met thee by the way and smote the hindmost of thee.
And they smote the hindmost. The hind is the behind. It's put a hind for a reason. The behind, the hindermost parts. Who's at the behind? The elderly man, the people that couldn't walk fast, killed them. So you know what I mean? The men at the front, if he couldn't do, so he killed the young man. And that is so like the white man. The white man got a badge and a gun and trained in combat, and he gets to likes to kill kids, man. The kid is 20 years old, he gets a kick out of it, man. Plants a gun on him, falsifies reports, man. Kills the hindmost, keep it in.
Even all that were feeble behind thee.
And all that were feeble, all that was at the back, the ones that we couldn't see, killed them. That's what Amalek did to our people, man. Killed us, man. And this is what the Lord had to say about this, man. Slap him outside. Get me 1 Samuel 15:3. So imagine this.
Verse 19.
Oh, suck it. Once again, hold 1 Samuel 15:3. Slap it, man. Keep it in.
Verse 19. Therefore it shall be when the Lord thy God have given thee rest.
And the Lord said, listen, remember what Amalek did to us? Killed the men at the back, man. We don't sweat it. When the Lord give us rest, when we're strong enough, we're on our feet and we're in our land, we done.
From all thy enemies round about, in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek.
And the Lord said, just wait, man. When you're back on your feet, we're going to go and declare war against them, man. But read that for me, please, Baba Kushamosa.
Slakia. 1 Samuel 15, verse 3. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not.
There you
But
go. Right here, the Lord is declaring war against Amalek. Before this would have been wrong, but right now the Lord is declaring war. And what did the definition of declaration of war say? So you can declare war about what? About land or even past issues, man. Why is Putin fighting Zelensky about a past issue? He's fighting Zelensky about what? That Ukraine used to be Russia and I want it back. Why did the Nazis fight against Europe? They're fighting against past issues, man. Because they wanted Europe before the Jews came there. You know what I mean? Hitler was angry because he fought in World War One and lost. He was upset about past issues, man. You can do that. And the Lord was angry about what they did. And the Lord said, listen, you're going to declare war against them. And that war had a meaning. The war was back in the day. You did this to our people. You can do that, man. You can say back then we weren't strong enough, but now we're strong. We want retribution for what happened in the past. Putin said, listen, you broke off from us. And now I'm strong. I want it back. America broke off with England. They said at the time we weren't strong enough, but now we're strong enough. We think we can be independent. We don't need you no more. And declared war, man, the Civil War. And now America pays no tax to England. No, Scotland does though. Scotland pays tax. Australia pays tax. But America don't, man. America went to war for that, man. And you can do that. You can declare things that happened in the past. Putin did. Well, Ukraine been an independent country for how long now? Probably almost 100 years. Almost 100 years, man. And Putin wants it back. And like how the Lord declared something that happened years ago. And you can do that, man. You know who else declared something years ago? Not much people now.
In the 90s, Russia beat a Chechnya. So they got it back under a Russian occupation. So again, that was another piece that branched off, and but that was a successful war, and they got it in the 90s.
But Russia got. Listen, let me tell you something. Like, yeah, I'm just me speaking. Russia is not good at war, man. It's a luck in the history. Everyone's scared of Russia and thing, man. But listen, Russia got a horrible history in war. Do you know in World War II, Russia was on horseback? Do you know in the 2000s and the noughties, Russia had a war with Afghanistan and lost, man. And a lot Afghanistan's a country where man has got what AKs and no missiles, man. And I'm hearing Russia's doing terrible against Ukraine as well, man. But we'll see. It is all in the hands of the Lord anyway, but we'll see. With that, so while them troop mouths off reading, I'm hand over to Priest and Prophet, Captain of 10,000 with announcements. Shalom.
Shalom. That was a powerful class. Give the teacher a hand, first and foremost. All right, with that, we're going to give the teacher one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I am Madium.